caring and tending for others comes naturally to most of us, especially if we have not had some traumatic challenges with our own life and if our identity is decently in place. And one of the simple ways that we try to do this is by motivating others. However, may not work. In fact, no one can motivate anybody else because motivation fundamentally is a very intrinsic quality. You can offer somebody rewards, but really not motivate somebody. Motivation comes from inside. That's where there are 6 powerful things that you can do. However, before I go there, ask yourselves a very simple question, which is, what can you be for others around you that will have the maximum impact on their life? I'll repeat that question. What can you be for others that can have maximum impact on their life? I'll come back to this question towards the end of this video. Do take some notes and leave your learnings as a comment in the video section so that I know what worked for you. And please subscribe to the channel and do like and share this video with others so that the content reaches others. Now, coming back to our conversation at hand. So, motivation comes from our own internal wiring. It's about how ready are we to take on the challenges of life and if we have an approach to taking on that challenge. So motivation has a lot to do with the wiring that we literally carry, and at a certain point in time it's also the thoughts, feelings and emotions that sort of are running in our mind. Now, whether it is at home, where you may be playing the role of a spouse or a parent or a child to your parents, or it is with your friends, or at the workplace where you are a leader, a manager, remember this. People have to find their intrinsic motivation for them to do something. You can only do certain things which can create an environment. And what are those? They are these 6 beautiful things that you can do for anyone. In fact, every human being needs to remember and understand this. Number 1, if you have others around and you want to help, always help people connect back to their basic needs. Don't offer them your benefit bucket or your advice. Like in many organizations, we offer so many benefits, so many goodies, promotions and this and that, and then try to motivate people. All of these are short-lived. Money is short-lived. Praise is short-lived. Everything is short-lived. So, however, there is something that is relatively more permanent. It is people connecting to where they come from, their motives, their interests. And in any given situation, everyone will have something. Somebody wants to excel, whereas another wants to survive. Now, the person who wants to survive may be motivated by money, but somebody who wants to excel may need novel situations, want knowledge, want understanding. There could be somebody else who is genuinely stirred by helping others, whereas there is another one who is genuinely stirred or wants power. There could be yet another who wants to be somebody in control of various things and various matters and wants to feel important from that. Whereas there is somebody else who just wants to be left alone and he or she wants to go deep into what they want to do. So there are different motives, different orientations that we all come from. Understand a little bit of human psychology and understand what drives people. While things like Maslow's hierarchy, etc., tell us what are the fundamental human needs, whereas there are other models, and there are people like Edgar Schein who have worked on career anchors, or there are people who have worked on fundamental motives, and scientists have studied the motives, motivations, preferences, etc. of people in details. Understand, educate yourself. Once you know that, you can always help people connect to what is their basic driver, and in that given situation, how to anchor to that basic driver, whether it is for your child in studies or your friends in certain situations or your spouse in a certain situation, or it's your team member while trying to do the work. Get them to connect to their basic need and find how their basic need can be met in that situation. You do that, boom, you have a solution. They will have the fuel to go on. So the first behavior, help people connect to their basic need. Don't offer your bouquet, your bucket of benefits, your advice in trying to motivate them. It will not work. In fact, it can backfire. The second thing, remove fear. Don't push people. Don't tell them things like, oh, you can do it, oh, you can conquer this, etc. Because many times when you push people, they can actually make stupid, silly mistakes without even preparing. So to eliminate fear, what do you need to do? You need to sit down and figure out where the person is stuck. For somebody, it's the first step that is the challenge. For somebody, it's handling the build up the challenge. For some people, they don't know how to land certain thing. For some, they don't know how to work with others. So whatever is the challenge of that person in that situation, whether it's your child or your team member or your spouse, figure out what are they fearing, what is the narrative. For all you know, there is nothing that they are fearing. It's just the anxiety of doing something for the first time. So do not try to push people to motivate them. Figure out and help them eliminate the fear. The third thing, and this is especially something that you need to do consistently, it cannot just be done at a certain point in time. If you want people to really be intrinsically motivated, respect their intent and effort. Don't just praise the performance when it comes. And this often happens because in our world where we are, it's so complex that sometimes even after having all the purest of intent and all the purest of effort, the outcome is not in the control of human beings. Many of us, especially in corporates and those of us in positions of power like parents, etc., have the habit of saying it's only results that matter. Well, yes, in a way, in the world, we all need results. We need progress. We need change. We need the yearly numbers to be met. We need revenue. We need scores in exams. We need certain certifications to be passed, etc. So, whatever that context is, results matter. However, please understand that that person who's sitting in front of you, whether it's your child or it's your spouse or your team member, may not be in a position to influence the final outcome. Maybe because of competition, maybe because of external situations, maybe because of the circumstances, the economy out there, whatever it is that applies. So always take into account these circumstantial things, the context of that matter, before you speak to a team member or a child or a spouse or a friend and blaming them for the failure. Don't do that. Otherwise, next time they will only find shortcuts to do something. They will not make a genuine effort. They will not keep a clean intent because they know that the genuine effort and clean intent doesn't matter. In fact, most people who end up with unscrupulous means and ways of doing things go there exactly because of this, that somebody did not appreciate the outcome, the effort and the intent. They only wanted the outcome. Well, then what do people say? I will only go after the outcome. I will not care about the means. You may actually be creating a disaster for yourself in there. The fourth thing that you need to learn to create intrinsic motivation is to help people discover ways of succeeding. Don't just make great speeches. Remember this very clearly, and I have been saying this for so many years now, that nothing succeeds like success and nothing motivates like sustained success. And if you are in a position as a helper, as a leader, as a servant leader, whatever you might call it, or as a parent or as a spouse, help the other person discover the way to succeed. Help them find the path. Don't give them the solution, be with them. If you can be an expert, a coach, a mentor, and discuss and work and help the other person acquire the skill, the mindset, the approach to overcome whatever their challenge, you will create that intrinsic motivation, not for just once, but for their entire lifetime. That's the power of the showing them how to succeed. So help them succeed once and help them succeed multiple times, because nothing succeeds like success and nothing motivates like sustained success. You help somebody become successful a couple of times, the motivation will come from inside. People will learn and grow better than anything else. The fifth one is you yourself need to model and also encourage depth. Don't just use these modern tricks of drive and charisma and making a lot of noise and window dressing and all the whoosha around performance. Whether it's your child or your spouse or team member that you're working with, whoever you are in that position of power in helping, you need to stand up for expertise, trade skills, going to the depth, whether it's a subject or work matter. Real expertise has no alternative. And if there is one thing that is extremely shallow in today's world, is real expertise. All other things, the management, the influence, the storytelling, is all fluff if you don't have the foundation and the fundamentals. If somebody has the clear subject matter expertise, they will sooner or later find the means of doing things. You can teach a person how to tell a story, you can teach a person how to present themselves, but if they don't have something to present, if they don't have a story, there is no alternative. So show depth. You should model depth if you are in a position of power, and you should encourage others to develop depth. That's when the real confidence will come in people. And in fact, this also relates to the fear point. If you have to eliminate somebody's fear permanently, you have to make them capable. There is no alternative to expertise and excellence in capability. And that brings me to the last point, which is encourage the real human to find the way. Don't sell them masks and tricks. There are so many statements that many of us make, like fake it till you make it, or put on that pretense, or find that animal from within you and let it play. These are all party tricks. When the rubber meets the road, when the real life and stress happens, there is always a delay between the action and the reaction. And it's between that time, between the action and when the results come, that people lose their motivation. And when they lose their motivation, that mask is not going to help them, that trick is not going to help them. So don't sell them the trick. Help that real human being work through and become better, which takes time. For the real human being to find solutions in life, it takes time. Growth takes time. The tree did not become strong in one day. It takes a long time for the tree to go from the seed to the sapling to the plant to the tree and then to fruit. Bear fruits. It took a long time. So for the real human being to find a solution, it will take time. What takes time? Takes time. Allow time. Don't hurry. That's the other thing that creates a lot of intrinsic motivation. Remember, in our world today, there is so much of this hurry syndrome. Everybody is hurrying something or the other. They are hurrying themselves, they are hurrying others. Ultimately, it's a big motivation killer. It's a very big motivation killer. Which then brings me to the question that I asked at the beginning. What can you be for somebody which is at the highest level? You can be someone who holds the space for others. And holding the space means being available, showing them that they can do it, giving them time, giving them support. That's the holding the space. And you do it for as long as it takes. Learn to hold space for others, for people who matter, for people in your team, for your leaders, for your spouse, for your children. Hold the space for them. Be patient. Remember, in life, great things take time. It may for a long time seem as if there are no results, but then suddenly the tipping point may come. Be patient. Give time. Don't hurry people through. Don't sell pipe dreams. Don't tell stories. Don't make great speeches. Help people be genuine. Learn, grow genuinely. Then they will remember you, and then they'll also be permanently motivated on the inside. They will have the wiring and the wherewithal to do it. Help others, hold the space.